Okay, so you've looked at definition of division, and just like with the subtraction, starting from the total, and you take this one piece away to get the other piece, or that piece away to get the first piece. Division is the same. We're really starting with the multiplication problem, and then working backwards to get one factor versus the other. But those specific definitions in context here are all focused on having equally sized pieces. And that's key. But it also isn't always what our real world is built for. So if I've got a bunch of chickens in my backyard, like my family does up in Massachusetts, I've got a hen house. The chickens are laying eggs every day, and we've got a whole bunch of eggs here. I'm not going to draw all of them. But let's say I've got 27 eggs. If I want to split those up into cartons, I could do that. I could say 27 divided by 9 is 3, or 27 divided by 3 is 9. But aside from maybe like at Wawa, I've never seen 3 eggs sold at a time, right? Those are usually hard-boiled eggs. I don't think I've ever seen a container of 9 eggs, right? Eggs are sold by the dozen. I want to do 27 divided by 12, right? Here, the size of my piece is determined by the standard carton size in the US. So how many dozens can I get into 12? Well, if I count, sorry, how many dozens can I get into 27? Well, if I count by 12s, that's what we get here. 112 is 12. 2 12s, that's 24. So I'm starting with 12. If I add another 12, that's going to give me 36. If I add another 12, that's going to give me 48. Well, I only have 27 eggs, so I'm in between the 24 and the 36. I can't say 12 times some number is going to get me 27, the way I could say 5 times 3 got me 15. I need to do 12 times some number and then add or subtract a little bit to get to 27, right? If I use 2 cartons, 2 dozen, that's going to get me to 24. But then I still have 3 eggs lying around to get to 27. Or I could use 3 cartons, say 12 times, where's that? 12 times something, 12 times 3, that's 36. That's more than I need. So 36 to get back to 27, that's a difference of 9. I've gone over by 9. There are a lot of situations where this is actually what we're going to deal with, right? If I'm trying to transport those 27 eggs back to the house so we can wash them and then sell them, I'm not going to take 2 cartons and then the 3 eggs kind of juggling in my hand, right? Especially what if it were 11 eggs, right? Anything between 1 and 11 is going to be left over. I don't want to have those loose. I need them in a carton. So I'm actually going to have to use 3 cartons, and one of them is just going to be, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of them is going to be mostly empty, right? There's that 3rd carton. I still need a 3rd carton, right? So we do sometimes have to kind of round up in the sense it's not 2, it's not 3, but I'm going to have to use 3. most of the time within the mathematics classroom, we're focused on that first situation, right? How many dozen can I get? I can get 2 dozen. I can sell those 2 dozen, right? Once I set them out on the porch fridge for people to come by, no one's going to want to buy this carton of eggs that only has 3 eggs in it. That's uh, foolish, right? That's fraud if they think they're getting a whole dozen eggs. I can only sell 2 dozen. My quotient is going to be 2, and then this 3 is left over. It remains on the side of the sink in this half empty, well, 3/4 empty carton, waiting for the next day when my chickens will lay more eggs, and then I'll be able to fill it in, right? But when we're doing division through the official process, let's say I'm doing 27 divided by 12. 12 goes into 27 only 2 times. And that little bit that gets left over, we say remainder 3. When we say 2 remainder 3, what we really mean is 2 is the other factor, but if we multiply it by 12, we get nearly 27, right? There's our 2 times 12 to get 27, but it doesn't get us 27. We have to add a little bit more. That's the remainder, right? So if you're checking your work, you multiply your quotient by your divisor, and then add the remainder if there is one, and that should give you your dividend. Okay, that's how remainders work.